Okay. All right, cool. Good afternoon. Welcome to the April 18th meeting of the Rotary Club of Milledgeville. Apparently, Aaron asked me to run this meeting and I forgot. So I apologize. I am winging it today. Our Rotarian of the day is Bobby Murphy. Bobby, please come forward.
All right. We're winging it, so we're going to do it a little different today.
Go for it.
I'm going to ask you, we did the prayer, we did the Lord's Prayer today. So it's back again. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, power, and glory, forever. Amen.
Call me the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge of allegiance to God, United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
And the four-way test of the things we think, say, and do. Fourth.
Is it fair to
Come on now.
Take it?
Fourth.
Officer.
Third.
Second.
Second.
Is a merit office.
First.
Is it
And fifth.
Is it fun? I love it when he does that. Well, we're all definitely awake now. All right, guests and raffle.
Guests and raffle. Y'all get the hat today.
I did write it.
All right, they got the raffle tickets. Just let y'all know it's a skin game. I got it. Here we go. I'm going to make our key. I'll draw. Yeah.
No.
All right, ticket ending in 5331.
Get out of here.
331.
Only bought one ticket. Jacket parts. So close. All right. What's next? Prayer concerns.
Oh, yeah. I don't have any.
None? Are there any prayer concerns in the community? Community announcements. There is a lot going on this weekend. Plant sale at Lockerly. Laura or somebody from KMBB want to talk about? I know you guys got a lot going on this weekend.
Yeah, there's little something everywhere if you want to get involved. Our Rotary project is specifically on Meriwether at Victory Baptist Church Saturday morning. We'll have supplies, gloves, safety vests, and trash bags. We're gonna get that started about 9, and our sign was installed yesterday. Our sign.
Yay!
In the picture, but we'll get some pictures with people and Saturday. But it looks really good. That was official. That was good. So see there, William Black.
Did you get that?
I have a list of all the other, back here on the check-in table. There's a lot, but just go to KNDD, and, keep Milledgeville Ball Beautiful on Facebook, and you can find something to do this weekend.
There's a lot going on. What's exciting about this sign? Let's see, I know tomorrow night there's an autism awareness event going on at, what's it called? New City Church, is that right? And then there's something going on at the depot on Saturday. Yes, Mark.
I defer to my GMC friend, but I don't see anybody. They've got a concert tonight with the 82nd Airborne Division Chorus. If you've never heard, it was a lot of fun.
Awesome, good deal. Anything else in the community?
But after this, meeting at the library with Jill Brooks.
Check presentation. Awesome. Yeah. So go straight from here to Mary Vincent Library if you want to be part of that. Any club business, club announcements?
Yeah, one, canned goods donation today. So
Mhm.
we bought the canned goods. Do we have somebody designated to be transported or?
Well, she's,
Are you ready to do that today?
Absolutely.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so you have those, and I have some out in the truck.
Pamela's always ready to take donations.
Yes.
I just want to make sure we get that. Today.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Can somebody help me?
That's all I had. They talked about books.
All right. Eric,
Just a reminder, if you haven't gotten one of the East Monument pins, we have a whole bunch. We have one for everybody in the club, so if you haven't gotten one, feel free to take one.
all right. All right.
Maybe not as relevant to Rotary, but GMC's prom is Saturday night this weekend.
Mhm.
They'll probably have stops everywhere. They GMC has their prom. Stops.
Very nice.
Police check.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Thank you for the community FYI.
I think.
All right. Anything else? All right. Did I miss anything? Yes, no? Okay. All right.
Good.
All right. Tamara, it's all you.
Thank you to the departments. Part of our service project focus includes fighting the food insecurity, which we do through canned food drives, donation of Thanksgiving meals, and monetary donations. Our speaker today is a director of a nonprofit providing food assistance to those in need locally since 1974. Let's welcome Pamela Garrett of the Charles Ray Memorial Food Pantry.
Well, I am very honored to be invited back. I was here last year and had big hopes for what we were going to do, and I'm happy to say we accomplished them. We raised $31,000 and the drive was completed in February. And you guys helped with that. And I just want to thank you so much for that. So I've come back to ask for more, you know. You gave it once, I'm sure you've got a little bit more to give. This drive, let me explain what we're doing with it. This drive is now going all the way around our building. It is a big 12 feet wide. It'll handle semi trucks. So the free food trucks that come from the food bank in Macon can now come to us. So we will have free food on certain days instead of having to purchase the food. So we function just on donations. Everyone that works there is a volunteer. I am a volunteer. So every penny we get goes back into the food or the maintenance of the building or whatever. And this year and last year, it was in expanding things. We have had a greater need. And I have some figures. In last year, we handled about 1,600 to 1,800 families in a year. This year, we have already, in the first 3 months, we've had almost 1,000. So we are doubling what we've had, if not more so. All the benefits that was through the government have now completely stopped, and people are really seeing it. So we are having more families with children now, which we've not had in the past. And for some reason, the great state of Georgia decided that children only needed to get assistance 4 months out of the year. So we have not had any food for the children since September. So we're trying to make up for that. So we are buying food. We go to Walmart. I will go wherever the cheapest food is, and literally using the credit card for the church, because that's who this all goes through, St. Stephen's, to purchase. Last week alone, I spent $1,500 on donation food. That's because it's spring and people donate in the fall, and you're thinking, oh, it's Christmas, it's Thanksgiving, let's give. And now it's like, oh, well, there's prom, and then there's vacations coming. And, you know, I don't mean to sound ugly, but at the same time, these people still need to eat. These children still need to eat. So anything that we get is good. Now, I'm trying to do a little bit on top of that. So I am very good at stretching our dollars as much as possible. This year, and this is going to be through a grant from the food bank, we are getting an industrial size freezer, an industrial size refrigerator. I had a workman come just the other day and open the kitchen door, expand it so we can get these things in there. Our ramp that we take the food up and down is falling apart. I literally got a text today saying, oh, one of the buggies broke through, and now then we can't really take the food up and down the ramp. So I've got somebody from the church out there now taking care of it and looking at it. So we'll need to replace that. Our building was built, I don't even know, probably back in the 40s. We are on Central State Campus, and it's a lovely building, but there are a number of places where the floor needs to be repaired. And so I've also got that going to be taken care of. You know, everybody has a hard time getting repairmen. We're no different. So the guy that came yesterday, or I guess on Monday, and tore out part of the door said, I can be back the 1st of May. Like, whatever, you know, that. So we are progressing. It is slow. I would like to have all this done by the end of the year. Last year, there was a gentleman here, and I mentioned that we needed a generator. And he came up afterwards and gave me his card, which I'm sure is in some pocketbook someplace. I have looked everywhere for that card, and I cannot remember his name. But he said he could get me a generator. Does anybody know who that is? Is anybody that person that's here today? I think he was with the college. Okay, he said he could get one through the government. You did the well, yes, the surpluses. Yeah. Okay, well, if I could get with you afterwards and get his information, I would, because he was very kind to do that. And now that we're in the position where we need it, I needed to get that drive done. But that will also make sure that the food that we have in the freezers and the refrigerators does not go bad if the power goes out. I have not been able to buy frozen food because we haven't had that. But there is a lot of that we can purchase. So with these two new additions, we will be able to take even more food. I feel like I'm kind of rambling. I don't want to go over things I went over last year and sound redundant. The need is, like I said, is very good. One thing that we do that I wanted to mention is we do blessing bags, and we make 60 to 70 blessing bags a week, and it's given to children on Friday so they will have food. Now, it's hard to believe that kids go home on the weekend and that there's not going to be any food for them to eat, but that's what happens a lot of times. So we also are providing the funds and the food for the blessing bags. We do. We do. We have everything, but there's a group of ladies from the Catholic Church that come and put those bags together and then deliver those.
Yes, I know all about your program. I can't remember what the criteria is, and I'm getting to a point where not only the need, but what we're seeing is working class people are really struggling, and they're not getting government assistance.
Right.
I hear people I work with that, you know, they're having a hard, they're, for the first time in their life, they're getting to the checkout and they're putting something back.
Because they can't afford.
Never done that before.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what is the criteria to get services?
So the criteria is if you want USDA food, and they mandate that you fill out a form, which we do, and they can come once a month. They do need to have some sort of identification that they live in Baldwin County. It can be a piece of mail with an address on it, but we have donation food as well. And if you don't qualify for the USDA, we will give you donation food. So no one leaves us empty-handed. And we'll have people that will come and get the USDA, and you also get a donation bag when you come, but they may come back in 2 weeks and say, we're out of food. So we're gonna give them donation food. That's why the donation food is so important, because it goes pretty fast. Now Monday, I ordered, and we received 5,153 pounds of food, which the volunteers and I all take off the truck and load into the building. So on the days that I'm not doing Pilates, I'm lifting cans of food. So that's right. That's right. And she was one that invited me back this time. So I appreciate that. Well, I think God said, feed my people. He didn't say, feed my sweet people, feed my young people, feed my church-going people. He said, feed my people. And he made all of us, good, bad, and ugly. So my thing is I took that very seriously, and I'm feeding people. And I had a gentleman ask me one time, he said, well, what if Hamas came to your food pantry? Would you feed them? And I said, well, absolutely, because I wouldn't know. Because I'm not going to ask you, who are you with? Who do you believe in? Who did you vote for? That is not my job. That is above my pay grade. That'll be between them and the Lord. He told me to feed you, I'm going to feed you. So I take this very seriously. And I don't care. There are people that come and probably take advantage of the system. Again, that's between them and the Lord. I'm not going to deal with that. I'm going to feed you. And if I can help in any other way, I am. Another thing that I really feel strongly about, and we're kind of branching out because we've never done anything other than food, but we're finding that more and more women are having trouble getting female products. And we have to pay taxes on female products, where a lot of the male products you don't have to pay taxes for. So I am trying to get some things together for these women, because if it comes to feeding their children or buying tampons, they're going to feed their children. And it doesn't matter how stressed you are, how rich you are, whatever, those products are needed every month. So I am adding a little caveat there. I think that we've seen a need, and as soon as we get them in, they're out the door. So if you would like to contribute to that, I would be very happy as well. Now, do you have any other questions?
Where are you located?
So we are on Central State Campus. We are at 472 Broad Street. Do you know where All Faith Church is? Okay. There's that flashing red light past that. You turn left. We are right there. We got a big sign in the front.
What days, can individuals donate?
So we're open Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 9 to 12. We don't have a delivery service, but we have had people call and say, we have no transportation and we have no food. And I don't want to start that. That's a whole nother level that I would have to get people insured and things like that. And I don't really have the funds for that right now, but you know, we hate to say no to anyone. We try to stick pretty much to the hours. So if you come in at 12:05, we're probably pulling out because these are all volunteers and I do not want to take advantage of them. We have a wonderful base of volunteers. We've actually, and I was just telling Tamara, we have gotten a lot of college students this year. There was a professor that challenged her class and said, you all need to go out and you need to volunteer. You don't need to count hours, but you need to come back and tell us about your experience. And so we've had a lot of the kids come to us. And sometimes we may have more than what we need, but I think this gives them an opportunity to see need. They've never had need. They don't know about need, and to see that it's real. And I make them take bags out to the cars. I want them to visit with these people. We train them how to talk to them. You know, these people deserve respect. It's really hard for them to come and say, I can't feed my children. I need food. And I don't want anybody to feel bad about coming. Can you tell I'm kind of passionate about this? Yes, ma'am. Okay, so good things, anything that's pop top, because you know they probably may not be able to use a can opener. So if like the little things like beanie weenies or ravioli that you can just stick in the microwave, the fruit in little cups, cereal in now we usually get big boxes of cereal, but I've been able to purchase some smaller boxes from the food bank, and we've been giving those out. Nutri-Grain bars, you know. I'm a stickler. My background is healthcare, so I'm a stickler for healthy things. I could buy all sorts of chips and snacky stuff, you know, cheap at the food bank, but I'm not going to do that. So that's things like that. Yes, sir.
Previous involvement, I've learned that sometimes you guys can buy things much more efficiently and cheaply than we can and donate them. In other words,
Right.
while canned goods and boxed goods are great, cash is king in the sense that you can buy so much more. Is that the case with your program?
Well, that's true. But the donation food, because that's on top of USDA food. I can get all the USDA food from the food bank and it is cheaper. It's lots cheaper. But the donation food is not. And cash is king. It is. I mean, we can do all sorts of stuff with that. We can buy all sorts of stuff, but for donation, I have to go buy it. So it is.
Some of the food chains work with you on discounting or anything?
No. One thing I have learned is that grocery stores now are on such a thin margin. There's just not a lot of extra. Every once in a while, Kroger will give us some of the pickup bags. I have to buy those, you know, those big white bags that you get if you call in and pick up your food. We reuse all those. Those are really good for donation bags. They're nice and heavy. But sometimes I have to buy those. And every once in a while, they'll just give me a box. If I get food from them, I get no discount. There are some programs that I could be involved in, but it's going to be massive amounts of food and at a moment's notice. And we don't have a big truck. Again, that's just, we're not that big. If we were the food bank, yeah, but so I would like to be involved in those things, but I just can't. So they are doing some things. It's just on a grand level, and you know, we're just little fish. Anybody else?
You have questions for Pamela?
Well, thank you again so much.
All right. Well,
Pamela, like previously, when we will again be making a donation to the library in honor of Dark Ray. If you could autograph it for us with this pen, we appreciate it. And it's on there. All right, if a couple of able-bodied people could stick around afterwards to help Pamela load our donations into her vehicle, I would appreciate it. See Laura or Fred if you have questions about the road cleanup on Saturday. Pardon? Oh, yes, and if you're interested in the check presentation this afternoon, head straight to Mary Vinson from here. I didn't come prepared today. Okay, so today's quote of the day is Mark Twain: "You're never wrong to do the right thing." Have a good day.